We're here with JSHM in the studio, playing some music, talking music. JSHM. Could you tell us a little bit about which instruments you started playing music on?
I started on the drums, and then I
Started on the drums.
learned piano when I was 14 because I wanted to write songs.
Ah, amazing. Okay. Piano at 14 to write some songs. Very nice.
And it kind of took over.
And piano just took over. Nice. Could you give us some words about how you describe your relationship with the piano?
The question could go a lot of ways.
Kind of spring a deep one on you
The
there.
piano is kind of like a tool.
Ah. Tool is also a great band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually geeking out with my Uber driver yesterday about Chopin and how Chopin was meticulous in his recall with melodies, and he absolutely could not stand leaving a piece unfinished, even in the slightest. So, as he's pacing this French manor where he was staying, he gets struck with a melody and goes to write it down. Chopin does. And can't remember, just like a tiny little melodic change in there somewhere, and ends up going outside to pace for another 10 hours until this tiny little piece of the song comes back to him. And I said to my Uber driver, Chopin used to do that all the time, walk through the garden, meditatively get the song to alight. And my Uber driver says, oh, that's great. I think of the piano as when I sit down, to be my walk through the garden. So would you say that piano for you is also like walking through the garden?
I'd say so. I'd say it's like walking through like a lot of different gardens.
Many gardens.
Or even like the sky is not even a limit.
Oh, like a sky, like a limitless kind of spatial terrain.
Limitless kind of like sky garden.
The piano, a limitless sky garden. Wonderful. Yeah, we're trying this new format of interview out. I really wanted JSHM to continue playing while we talked. Places like KXP, they have the interviews and then they pause, and I'm just thinking to myself, get on with the jams. So here in this new format, the music will not end. We'll just keep talking over the track. Make a new track. Very nice. So you've worked with a variety of projects as both drummer and keyboards player. Are there any instruments you really want to dive into more deeply that you haven't had too much of a time to really get to know yet?
I'd love to dive more into an instrument like the cello or the clarinet.
Oh,
Get a nice,
yeah, like a reed instrument like the
different
clarinet.
kind of perspective on the musical
Totally,
spectrums, you know.
totally.
Yeah.
And the cello, of course, such a
Different
wonderful
way of,
sound.
like a different kind of way of relating to sound and notes.
Well, JSHM, I've seen you mess around with the strings a bit, so I think you would get along with the cello quite well.
I think so too.
Tell me what you wish like classical music education had more of.
I wish they talked more about improvisation, because improvisation is a really vital element of
Improvisation is vital.
classical music throughout the different eras, and excluding it from the conversations, excluding a big part of
So this
the
is
history of classical music and
tremendous point.
how a lot of composers got their start, and
Tremendous point. If you look back at things like Mozart, right?
and just players in general.
Yeah, those things were cliff notes.
Yeah.
The music was actually suggestions for how to improvise, right? It was hardly ever precision play. Precision engineering is something very new, actually. So, yes, more improvisation in music education, because music is from improvisation. Like, all those songs were created through the act of improvisation. Well, almost all of them, except for the ones that Paul McCartney gets in a dream and wakes up and writes down. But even that's some sort of like spiritual improvisation.
Spiritual improvisation.
Very nice. Well, I think we covered a lot of great topics today.
Yeah.
Look forward to the next interview with you, my friend.
Likewise. Thank you.
Some links to your tracks in the description. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. All right.